Hello, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modern Bench. Welcome back. And here we are now with part 12, and this is pack 12 of this beautiful DeAgostini Ferrari 330p4. If you want to find out more about it and get one for yourself, please use the link in the description below, and that will tell DeAgostini the traffic I'm sending them, and then they'll keep sending me the parts to build this beautiful model. And believe me, I want to get this one finished. It's beautiful. Here's the work we've done in part 12. Up to part 12, you can see the engine, the injection system, all the spark plugs and everything in there. Absolutely gorgeous, really lovely. You can see all the complex fuel ejection system there with throttle levers and everything. Really nice, very nice indeed. So moving along now from pack 12, inside the magazine we have all the contact details and everything. So John Surtees, champion of 2 worlds. No challenge was too much for him, whether motorcycles or cars. For Ferrari, he won 4 sports prototype world championships and 1 Formula 1 title. Despite these results, however, his relationship with Ferrari did not end on the best of terms. Dino 206 GT, almost a Ferrari. That was a good looking little car. Between 65 and 67, 6 different prototypes had to be developed, each with numerous technical and aesthetic innovations, before the Dino 206 GT with V6 engine was finally ready. So that was probably a 2-litre 6-cylinder, I'm guessing. Yeah, it was a 2-litre V6. Very good looking car. I knew I recognised him, but I couldn't remember his name. Tony Curtis, there we go. Beautiful looking car. Very nice indeed. You can see there's the little 206 V6 in there. So oh, there's a 166 Dino V6 generator with 65-degree incline, 1593, 180 horsepower. Blimey, 180 horsepower back in 1965. Wow, fair play. And there we got Italian singer Caterina Caselli. She's got one. Everybody wants a Dino. And then we've got, don't think it says who that is there. Maybe the same lady later years. Beautiful looking little car. Okay, so in this one, in pack 12, we're going to do distributor and left valve cover. So we're basically going to be repeating a lot of what we've done on the right already. So we've got some metal screws here. We've got, these are plastic screws here. You can tell which are plastic. MP, LP, AP. The P is plastic, and here AM, the M is metal. Excuse my filthy fingernails and hands, guys. I've been working on my Fiat 131 and doing something very dirty last night, which you will see. So yeah, if you haven't already seen it, go have a look at my channel, Nigel's Fiat 131. Go and have a look and watch that engine. The gearbox is done. The engine's coming together now, and now I'm working on some other bits and pieces. So pack 12. So let's have a look in here at what we get in pack 12. So we've got our bag of goodies. So we have a bag of screws, and we have a load of parts as well. So here's our parts. There's some screws in there as well, and then there's some more screws in here. The Screw City. As I said in the last one, I know at some point we're going to get, as a freebie, we're going to get a screws box. And I reckon at some point they're just going to send us a bag of screws and we'll individually divide them up between the boxes. I reckon that's what's going to happen. Anyway, so let's get the overhead light on so I can see the instructions properly. So, detach the 2 coil cable connectors 12J from the sprue. So, we're going to get this sprue out. This is the pack that came with 11. If you remember back in 10 and 11, sorry, this is from pack 12. Yes, we've got pack 11, pack 10, pack 9 parts we're still using. So lots of screws here. Okay, so detach the 2 cable coil connectors. You can see that all these here are the same size, but these 2 here are different. So what we're going to do is cut that one off of there. Okay, put that back in its tray, and then we're going to attach these 2. So these are 12J. I'm using my little God hand cutters, which are absolutely awesome. Okay, and then we're going to take the distributor cap like so, and insert them with light pressure on the center pins of the distributor caps. We've got those two center pins. So these are going to go on here like that and just push onto there. You can see they're quite an easy fit. They don't need to be mega tight. You could glue them if you wanted to, but there's really no need. Okay, so that's, and then the other ones, then detach the 12 spark plug cable connectors and in the same way insert them around the distributor cap. So we're going to want 12 of these. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we're going to get a spare one here. So that can go over there in the spares. And then with these here, we're going to cut these off nice and close to the sprue so that we can fit them onto the coil. I was thinking I would probably do 12 and 13 in this video, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't want to make these videos too long. Okay, so then these are going to go onto this cap, just like so, going around there. You might find it easier with tweezers. It's usually easy to push parts of this on with tweezers because you could just grab them and use the edge of the tweezers as like a levering point, pushing down on the shoulder of the parts. They're getting tighter and tighter as I'm going round. I'm sure that's just coincidence. If you can hear some groaning in the background, that's my stomach rumbling. It's lunchtime and I've had nothing to eat yet. Okay, I'm going to get this done and I'm going to get back out in the garage. Get some 1:1 scale modelling done. This is 1/8 scale. This is gorgeous, this thing. If you haven't already seen it, I'm also building the DeAgostini 1/6 scale Mustang. Yes, 1/6. It's absolutely huge. I think it's about 3/4 of a meter long, or over 2 feet. It's huge. Right, so that's our distributor cap done. So now we're going to take the parts of our distributor. So we've got 12F, which is the end piece there. We've got 12D, which is that piece there. That's going that way up. We've got this piece here, 12C, and then we've got an AP screw. So we can get an AP screw out of the bag. So, okay, so basically that is going to go like that. That is going to go onto there. You can see we've got a little slot in there and we've got a little tab on there that's going to go into that slot. Okay, and then this is going to go on. Got that facing that way. We've got that facing that way. Okay, so that's going to go in like that, right? So you can see there's a little square nubbin on there and there's a little slot in there, so that's going to slot in like that. And then we are going to take an AP screw, which we should have armed the screwdriver with. So we'll take an AP screw and we will fit that screw into there. Pull everything together. It feels like it's not gone in. No, it's because that is on an angle. Right. Now it'll go in. If I could get the bloody thing to go on the end of the screwdriver. Come on. That's better. It feels like it's actually going in something now. Okay, so that's our distributor body held together. I'm going to tighten that screw up a bit more. Okay, so that's that done. Now we're going to take 12G, which is this part here, and we are going to fit this onto here. Sorry, yeah, there we go. It's going to go onto there. So you've got a little square block in there. You've got a little cutout in there that you can see. So that is going to go in like that. and then we're going to take an LP screw. So take an LP screw, we just want the one. Oh, come on. Oh, it's always the same. Just like buses, you want one and two come along. Then we're going to screw that screw into there. There we are. I must say, whoever designed this has done a really nice job. A lot of there's some areas on the Mustang where the screws could be a bit longer, but whoever designed this, they've got nice lengths of screws to really get stuff bit together. Okay, now we've got this little bracket here for the distributor, and we're going to get an AP screw now, another AP screw. So we'll get one of those out from the magnet, and we'll stick that on the end of the screwdriver so it's pre-armed. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to put this into that key there. You can see we've got the keyhole shape there, and you've got the keyhole shape there. So that's going to go in like that, and then we're going to screw it in from the back. I come in there with an AP screw. And screw it together. It kind of feels like it's not going together properly. Like the hole isn't big enough or the pin's too big or something. It's a bit strange. It's better. It's biting very nicely as well, that screw. There we go, that's holding all that together. That's our mounting point there for the distributor. Right, take the distributor cap, and once it is in the correct position, fit onto the distributor with a little gentle pressure. So you can see in here we've got a square. You probably can't see because it's dark, because it's black, but that's got to go out of that slot like so. Then we can just basically push those two bits together, and that's our distributor pretty much complete. Okay, so we can put that to one side. Then we can take this cam cover. We're actually using all the parts from here. Look, that's good. So that can go in the recycling along with the other bits that are still on the side, because I'm filming this literally minutes after I've done pack 11. So we've got this one here, so we've got two MP screws. MP screws are the tiny ones here. So we'll get these out. I only want two, I don't want three. Thank you. Alright, so we get those out, and then we've got this tiny little metal bracket. I love the way they put so much thought into all the packaging with this stuff. And then this tiny little metal bracket, it's not handed, it can go either way. So we're going to take one of these screws, put it on our tiny Tamiya screwdriver, and then we'll hold that bracket in place over there and screw that screw into the plastic, which is going to be easier said than done because it's such a tiny screw. So I'm going to hold this up like this. And just drive that screw into the plastic, which it does not want to go in. So I'm going to put the screw in the metal bracket, use the metal bracket to hold the screw, and then position it. There we go. It's always awkward the first screw. This will be a lot easier now. So we get that one on there, using my finger to hold it on, and then we'll push it through the metal and just drive it into the plastic. There we go. Probably not a good idea to have your finger behind it, because if the screwdriver slips, you probably make a hole in your finger. There we go. Got a bit of plastic being pushed through, so what we'll do is just trim that off, because it may affect the fit later on. So that's nice. Okay, so there, that's done, and then we'll go over the page and we're going to take an AM screw. Okay, we're going to fit this into the left hand cylinder head. So an AM screw is a 1.7 thread. So we're going to cut a thread for the distributor to screw into, tighten up. There we go. Right. Excuse me. AM screws are here. Got screws coming out of our ears today. So there we go. AM screw. We'll get the distributor, plonk it on there like that, and then put that screw into there. Just like so. And that's our distributor held in place. Very nice, huh? Right, you can see this is starting to look just like the other one. Okay, so now take the cover of the left cylinder head and 2 AP screws. I'm going to fit the cover first on this one. We didn't fit the cover till ages on the other one. So 2 AP screws, wherever they may be, here we go. So there's 3 AP screws. I'm going to put that back in there so I know what it is. So I'm going to arm the the screwdriver. I'm going to fit this valve cover on here. Okay, it needs to hook it under there first. No, it needs to hook it onto the distributor first. Wow, that does not want to come off of there. Come on. That really does not want to come off of there. There we go, got it to go in. Right. Probably easier to take that pulley off and fit this, or if you haven't done it yet, fit the pulley after you fitted this cover because it restricts it fitting on. So we're going to take 2 AP screws and we are going to come up under here and attach the cam cover just like so. There we go. So that is pack, that's pack 12 completed. Yeah, so if we look at what we got in pack 13, we've got a few bits and pieces to do. This video's gone over half an hour already. I'm going to do pack 13 as a separate. Maybe we'll do pack 13 with pack 14. I'm going to call that a day for this one. Thank you for watching. Bye for now. Oh, don't forget, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe.